evening, everyone. Thank you, Saurav Gurukul, for inviting me to this knowledge-enriching seminar. It's amazing to see the crowd here gathered at Calcutta. It's an extremely proud moment because I belong to Calcutta, and being an ACCA member, I've come back to Calcutta in the year 2010. So there was no such crowd for, career counseling sessions, nothing like that at that point of time. So I'm extremely delighted to see the interest of students and undergraduates, postgraduates, and CA members towards further education in the future and their career planning prospects. Well, Nu has already given a very good introduction about ACCA, and obviously Mrs. Saurav has already introduced about ACCA. I would just want to add a few more touching points to it. Well, with over 188,000 members in more than 181 countries and 480,000 students, ACCA is a leading body of professional accountants. So it is growing at a huge speed at a global level. We have multinationals, corporates, and different other industry sectors looking for ACCA professionals. So obviously today, ACCA's members are in a very huge demand. So ACCA trains you not only in management accounting and financial accounting, but also trains you to become a very good management professional for the future. Let me just give a brief introduction about my journey with ACCA. I became a member in the year 2013. I was with the ACCA from 2007. So I continued my journey soon after graduating from the University of Dundee in the year 2007. Following up my graduation, I got some papers exempted from the ACCA, which helped me to fasten up my career journey. So I had to just sit 5 professional papers to qualify as an ACCA. So this advantage, which is definitely a very value-added advantage to all students, once you qualify as CA members in India, you get to give only 5 more papers to qualify as an ACCA. With the rapid speed of globalization and multinationals seeking globalized individuals with ACCA qualification, it is very apparent that you need to be at the cutting edge to be in this competitive world. ACCA gives you that cutting edge, obviously with the various skill set and competencies that has been trained with every phase of the learning cycle. The syllabus of ACCA has been designed as such that you're not only trained on financial aspects, which is just not number crunching, but it is a far more enriching experience. It trains you as a complete finance professional. So in order to be a complete finance professional, the syllabus has been designed by closely collaborating with the employers and sitting in with them. ACCA has actually designed their syllabus in such a way that it prepares you as a complete finance professional ready for the industry. One of the most important factors nowadays is IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards, was first introduced by ACCA in its syllabus in 1996. So it has been inbuilt in this profession for a long, long time, but India is getting that presence at the moment since its introduction, as rightly stated by our Honorable Finance Minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley, that IFRS has to be converged, and it is mandatory from financial year 2016-17. So this is absolutely important that people are trained with IFRS, and ACCA has IFRS as an inbuilt component of its syllabuses. So it is extremely important that people are trained in IFRSs, and we all are at par with the competitive world. So I would definitely suggest you all, before you make a career choice, you should think about the future. You should think about what you want to become and what is the specialization area that you would like to excel in. I always had a passion for audits since my college days. In the university, I took audit as one of my subjects when I was doing honors with the university. So I always wanted to become an auditor and specialize in it. So ACCA trains you on the basic core knowledge of accountancy and finance. It also helps you to decide which field will best suit you during its extensive period of studies. Yes, the journey looks extremely tough sometimes when you have to meet deadlines, when you have to study for the exams, those extensive hours, and coupled with the 36 months of professional experience that is required to become a member. But of course, believe me, it is a rewarding career that will benefit you for the future. Once it is done, you are completely sorted for the future, and it gives you a cutting edge over your competitors. There are so many other qualifications in the industry, so I would definitely say that it is up to you which qualification you choose. But from my point of view, I have been excellently supported by ACCA since my start as a member. So, any questions if you would like to ask, if I can answer? Yes, please.
Ma'am, what will be the exemption paper for a chartered accountant and a cost accountant, or either of them? Will the exemption papers will be same?
It will be the same. It will be the same. You have to appear for the last 5 final professional level papers, because that trains you on the international financial reporting standards. It is based on the global papers that has been designed.
So there won't be I mean to say there won't be a mismatch of the papers. I mean, if someone is a chartered accountant and a cost accountant, or either of them, then maybe someone have to appear 5 papers, and I mean to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if there are 10 papers, someone may have to appear in 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Is there any overlapping, and someone who is getting both the degrees, CA and the CMA, then the number of exemptions is...
No, I think the maximum number of exemptions that being a CA member or a cost accountant from India you can get is 9 exemptions. You have to sit for the last 5 papers. I, being a UK graduate, I had to sit the last 5 papers, because that is extremely vital, and that cannot be exempted for anyone. It's absolutely for no one.
And another is for this 36 months professional experience.
Yeah.
Will this articleship, if I am not wrong, this articleship will be calculated? Or do I need to take another further 36 months training experience for
I think that can be negotiated, and it can be of course negotiated, because being a being an Indian member, CA member, you have done 36 months of experience, which is a part of the qualification. So I'm sure that can be negotiated, and that can be exempted.
Like doing it from the big fours or in a normal small audit firm?
Like that. I'll give you an example. I came back to India with 8 months of experience in the UK, and then I started at Reserve Bank of India here as an auditor. So the remaining period of 36 months was covered in India entirely, and I have moved around different companies. So this is the flexibility you have. You don't have to be attached with one particular CA firm or one particular company to complete your experience. You can actually have experience in 4 different places. But the most important element is that you have to cover those 13 performance objectives during your experience term. That has to be cleared and signed off by a mentor. So that is extremely important before you qualify as a member.
And sir, ma'am, if you just said about the 13 objectives, it may so happen that someone is an Indian chartered accountant or a cost accountant.
It has to be the mentor has to be a member of a professional body. So for my case, it was signed off by a qualified CA in India. So he was the CFO who signed off my performance objective. So as long as a person is a qualified chartered accountant, no matter which institute it is, if it is India, if it is China, wherever it is you're working with, but it has to be a qualified chartered accountant of that particular country in which you're working.
And ma'am, will getting an ACCA degree permit me to practice all over the world, sitting in India?
Absolutely. This four-letter word is an extremely prestigious certificate, you can say, after your name. It gives you a portability to take you throughout any place in the world. As I said, over 181 countries. Its presence is being valued nowadays. So you can go, and with the recent collaborations with Australian Chartered Accountant Institute and New Zealand, the strategic alliance has opened doors for numerous opportunities. So it's definitely a mobile passport, you can say, you can carry, and opens you to a wide variety of opportunities.
And ma'am, finally, this question is bothering me. The thing is, what are the differences with, as I know, I may be wrong, that CPA is the biggest accounting body in the world, and CA is the second biggest accounting body in the world. Wherein lies this difference between CPA, CA, and CIMA, UK and US?
If you see the presence of CPA and ACCA globally, just like, let us take an example of India. How many of us are qualified as a CPA? Or how many CPA members are coming back to India? I am an example of an ACCA member who came back to India because of definitely the ACCA's global presence. CPA is much more relevant in the US. Definitely if you are a CPA in US, you'll get better job opportunities over there. But if you're looking at a global context, then definitely ACCA is something to look after for. Because I would say, on the hindsight, when I was in your state at this moment, I was planning ahead as to what qualification I should go for. It was ICAEW, it was CIMA, it was ACCA, it was numerous other qualifications. But I chose ACCA because seeing its global presence and the growth that it was happening over the years, I was definitely sure that it's going to take its peak in India as well. So that was something I had to plan ahead, and that's it. I think it's a rewarding choice, definitely. No, it's not focused on the UK. So you have two streams. If you are working in the UK, you can actually choose your stream as UK stream. I chose international stream so that I can train myself as an IFRS professional. So the syllabus was designed as international financial reporting standards were incorporated. So hence, obviously, there are different streams that you can choose from. So if it is from China, they have a different, local, you can incorporate the local taxation, the local laws into it. So similarly, you don't have training on UK GAAP, you can choose the international GAAP. That is what I chose because I always had a plan to come back to India. So instead of choosing UK GAAP, I studied on IFRS. You have that option.
Papers, ethics, only focused only on based on the UK laws or include.
Well, the taxation is definitely, it focuses on international taxation. So there was a choice I had to take UK tax or international tax. I had taken the international stream because I wanted to come back to India. So definitely that will be the choice of papers you have to take. In the last 5 papers, you have the option papers of taking like taxation, auditing. These are all option papers. So you have the option to take either financial management or financial reporting. There's another management accounting, and whichever you want to specialize, and taxation was another paper. I took taxation as one of my papers and auditing was the other option paper. So it depends on you what you want to do. If you suppose want to go outside India for your future plans, then definitely international taxation would be something relevant to you. But if you want to focus on audits, again, audit will be a paper that has to be taken. So it depends on your specialization that you want to do. It will depend and vary accordingly. So, but ACCA gives you the option to study on international stream or on UK GAAP. Depends on your choice.
Okay.